Hello again, teachers. This is John over in Educational Technology, and we've been getting some questions lately about using breakout rooms and trying to teach, or illustrate something from a different window, and yet, worrying that it's going to be super small for the students. And I think the way I'm understanding this correctly is that when we look at how we're presenting, this is where it's going to make a difference. So if you have two monitors, yes, I would say it's probably going to be most efficient if you keep all of your breakout rooms on the second monitor and teach from your first monitor. It's just an easier way to spread everything out. However, know that if you don't have two monitors or you don't have that luxury, it is not required. So in this case, what you are looking at, for anybody not familiar, I have four breakout rooms over here on the left. I have the bears, I have the tigers, I have the eagles, and I have the horses. Over here on the top, this is actually my control panel for the breakout rooms so that I could jump between rooms one at a time. And down here at the bottom, I have a Jamboard. So I have a Jamboard open to just assume, hey, we are going to be, whatever our lesson is today, we might be using the Jamboard. But that has nothing to do with whatever you're teaching. Maybe you're using GarageBand to talk about music. Maybe you're using I don't know, a different website, BrainPop, to illustrate a different lesson. It doesn't matter. Whatever the other application or window is inconsequential. But when we go to present, if I click on your entire screen, yes, students are going to see my entire screen. They don't want to see breakout rooms, and they don't want to see this super tiny, because if I share my entire screen, yes, it is going to be very tiny if I want to keep an eye on the other breakout rooms. And then you say, well, if I make my window bigger, then I'm not going to be able to see the breakout rooms. And you know what? You're right. If I choose to share my entire screen and I make this window a lot bigger, yes, I am no longer going to see all my breakout rooms. So that would be a problem. You could share with a Chrome tab if you prefer, but the more tabs you have open, it's kind of hard to find that. So what I'm suggesting you do is to make sure you choose present a window. So if I choose a window, that's going to basically show you all the windows open on your computer. However, in this case, I'm just going to choose the one that is this Jamboard. In this case, I just happen to have the OCQ one open, so that's the one I would choose to present. The other thing you're going to want to keep in mind once you're presenting either a window like I'm doing right now or a tab is that even though it might be small on your screen, so I know right now this is probably unworkable, but if you can get my point that even if your window's a little smaller, that does not mean it's small to the students. They're still going to see that you're presenting, and that's going to be a spotlight window, which means it's pretty much their whole open tab. So at this point, you're just trying to make the window big enough for you to actually use. So you could drag this as large as you need to be able to illustrate what you're doing. But again, keep in mind that even if this was tiny or even if it was full screen, it's going to be the same size on a student screen because you're presenting it. The only thing I might suggest you do when you're presenting is to choose the Chrome tab, because that's going to give you a really cool little box around what you're presenting. I'll show you here. If I were to choose the last option here that says a Chrome tab, the one advantage you have to doing this is that once you select the tab that you're working with, it's actually going to give you a nice little light blue box around it. So it's much easier for me to visually see, okay, this is what I'm sharing, so that I don't have to remember, oh yeah, I'm sharing this entire window or I'm sharing something else. But in this case, as long as I can see this nice banner up here, it says sharing this tab, and then I can see this nice blue box, it's just kind of a peace of mind to know that's what they're seeing, even if you don't have to see it up here. So again, the whole point is just to know that you don't have to have a second monitor, although it's certainly nice if you can, but you theoretically can see everybody in your breakout rooms while you still teach from another tab or window. Anyhow, hope that helps everybody out, and we will see you again soon with more tips.